Hi, I'm Vince Durham. I'm the AI operations engineer at Lucid Bots, and today we're going to talk about artificial intelligence, its future, and what it does here at Lucid Bots.
Hey everyone, my name is Felix and I am the field testing lead here at Lucid Bots. So today we want to talk about AI at Lucid Bots and what we're doing to incorporate AI in our company and how it's going to change the world. Because I know it's going to change the world, but I just want to, for other people to understand how Lucid is using it to change the world.
Absolutely, yeah. So my job here, I'm an AI operations engineer, and we joke around sometimes, but we just say that's one of the coolest jobs in the world because what I get to do is just research front edge AI solutions and implement them, whether it's build an app for us to move faster in our customer success department or helping sales move along in their pipeline, everything like that. The cool part was when I formerly worked here, I got to wear all sorts of hats and be in every different department. So I kind of have a loose knowledge on most of the departments, and then I get to come back and use all these AI solutions to help out and help us move faster. But then going farther on how the AI is going to change the world, looking at the robots that we're using, we're starting to implement AI solutions into those. And the first one would be the Verticlean on our Sherpa drone. So that'll start using AI to look at buildings and go back and forth while cleaning. And as we implement that more, we're starting to collect data to build a robotic brain that when you send out one of these drones, it'll understand from past flights from other drones what they saw and how they efficiently clean a building. So we're starting to work on making these robots smarter as our company becomes smarter with AI as well.
So I know robots most of the time they're kind of like stand still one location and you collect data from that one spot. What's kind of unique of our products? Like I know we're doing things out there, but how are we using this data, and why is it so important for us to collect this data for the future?
Yeah, so when you look at an automatic car, a car that just runs on its own, it's always going to be on the road. It's going to know road signs. It's going to know lights. So what we're working on a drone that's cleaning a building, a robot that cleans the ground around parking lots. Each time that's going to be different. You're never going to have the same building, the same parking lot. Sometimes you will. I mean, you can set it up to do it at the same time over and over again. But when you show up to a different job, two buildings are never the same. The window structure, everything like that. So we're teaching these robots different building. Like you can go up when you're looking at the top of a roof of a residential building compared to siding on a hotel. That's going to be completely different in a robot's mind. And when you're cleaning, you want to know, we're starting to learn what's dirty and what does clean look like. That's what we want to teach these robots so that they can effectively look at a building and say, oh, this area, I want to go clean and finish up here. And then while the other robot is like, oh, I'll go rinse these windows over here. So we're starting to look at all that and learn more. And like I said, it's harder because you're looking at so many different structures and so many different things compared to where other automation is looking at something that's very static, like you said.
It'd be really cool to kind of have them both communicating with each other, and like you kind of just deploy them from like a truck and then they take off, or a building or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's
That'd
the
be
dream. That's the dream.
we're working on that. You're working on that.
Say, yeah. Start getting to communicate a little bit. Yeah, that would be
Oh
nice.
yeah, that'd be super cool. So I know you've done a lot since you've started. You've only been here, well, you worked here. You wore a lot of hats. You said you were going to get your degree. You did, and you came back. So you did what you said
Yes.
you were going to do.
Yep.
So, what is kind of one of the coolest projects that you've done so far since you started, and how did you use AI to kind of make that work?
Coming back right now, just building applications and everything. So when I had left Lucid, I really started to get into app building and looking at building websites. And I built an app that went to the App Store. It took about 8 months. Was my first ever app I got on the App Store. And now using Cursor and AI tools, you can just fly through the process. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of things to look at because somebody would tell me, oh, you're using AI, you don't know what the code's doing. But that's why I went back and learned it. I learned what the code does, what it's doing, and then now I watch the AI and I'm like, all the things it's doing is so impressive and it can do it so fast. So it's really the user using the AI. And I like to say right now, AI can make you superhuman. It's not really that everyone worries the AI is going to take over, but if you look at it, I still think it's a long way off on that. It's more of a data presenter. It takes all the data that it knows, and it knows most of the internet, so it has a lot of data to think about, and then it just presents it back to you, but it does it so fast, faster than any human can think about. And so that's why it's incredible, and it's a really powerful tool to use. But it depends on the user and how they're using it and how they want to advance themselves.
That's awesome. I have realized, like, our brains are always thinking about so many thoughts, and it's kind of hard to hone in on what you want. And I know ChatGPT has this feature that you could like talk to it.
Oh yeah.
So like sometimes I set it up and I just talk to it for like 15 minutes and just tell it to like compile all of my thoughts and like just give me a resolution. And it's pretty good. It's like it knows what you're thinking, but it's you thinking. So I think it's really cool how we're doing that. Are we ever?
If you want to do something scary, ChatGPT has a new feature where you can turn on your history of every conversation you've had with it.
Okay.
So it'll take back everything, and then you type into a new chat and you say, "Tell me something I don't know about myself." Yeah.
That sounds scary.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want to learn something,
I don't know if I want to do that.
The AI doesn't lie. I promise you, the AI doesn't lie.
I don't know if I want to do that.
I might tell you something about your attitude or something.
Yeah.
So
That's
it'll let you
scary.
know. Yeah.
It's like a
yeah.
parent.
It's always watching. That's the thing. Like you think it's always gonna be right is what I tell people. Like we've built it so well, and that's how coding was started. Coding's a perfection thing. It's a perfectionist thing. When you type in old HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you tell the computer what to do, and that's what a program would do. And that's kind of what AI is in my sense. It's perfectly coded to present the data that's sent into it. Once we get beyond that to where the coding starts making its own data, that's the AGI, and that's when you'll be like, wow, I don't know what to do, because the robots would be making great ideas, obviously.
You're right. No, what I've seen at Lucid is like we were doing some amazing things like from the beginning, and then once ChatGPT and AI and all that stuff came in, I feel like we've like excelled. Like we have the same ideas, but we can compile like all of those ideas in like a little bucket and just charge full on sprints.
Yeah.
And kind of tackle each of those.
It feels like too, the deep research from ChatGPT. A lot of other places started doing deep research. LLMs all do that. We always had these ideas like, oh, it'd be so nice to know this about the cleaning market. It's kind of a niche market. You don't know too much about it. If you did go through the research, it'd take weeks to go through each website, compile everything, then actually go through, analyze it, compare it. And now you can type into something and just say, look, I need you to find out about a cleaning market. And it goes through, it'll search through 40 different sources for you that you wouldn't have time to go through. And that's all in 11 minutes, and you have a 10-page research paper right in your face. It's just crazy.
That's cool.
I was going to say, and we can use, like you said, it just speeds up everything, because if you're like, oh, I wish I had that. Well, now with AI, you can do it. And then what are you going to do with that now? Like, so when you can make everything that you wish for, what are you going to do with it? That's my big question.
I remember using it for school this past year. Is like, I think the coolest thing is, in school when you're younger, you're using it just to like finish assignments.
Yes.
Like you don't care. You just want to like cheat, fill out
Yeah.
the assignment and get it done. But I think the coolest thing is like when you're forced to use it in a way that you have to learn, like you're taking all this information. Like I would give it like a full on PDF and be like, summarize this into 2 or 3 sentences, and then you would understand literally. Like you can read it 3 or 4 times and not get it, and then like literally you read those 3 sentences and you're like, all right, that's it.
The summarizing it does is incredible, because I like to take any like documentation when I'm coding with it. I'll just take the documents and just copy and paste them into it and say, look, learn these real quick, because I mean I can go through them and search everything, or just Control F find something, but it's so much faster if I just give it to the LLM and then say, hey, tell me what it said, and it knows. So
and it's
just,
learning.
That's
yeah.
what I mean. It's very helpful. Like you said, just speeds everything up.
I think that's the coolest thing is, growing up, software was just what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like for so many years, like when you dealt with or mess with software, it's like it is that.
Yeah.
But now it's like it's not that.
Yeah.
It's like it has its own mind, its own everything. And
You brought up the education part. I think that's going to be in software engineering. That's going to be one of the craziest things right now is the education, because there's just a clear gap between people using AI and like Cursor and whatnot. You can build multiple apps in a day, compared to if somebody at the end of their software career and you showed them Cursor. I told Andrew the other day, I think they'd crumble right there. They'd be like, wow, I can't believe I just did 35 years of coding, and like now this tool exists. Like I would love to have this. It just makes everything easier, I would say, and quicker.
And people are kind of, we're at that phase that everybody's scared. Like when the first car came out, like everybody's like, why do I need a car? I have a horse. Like that's not going to work. Everybody has a car now.
Yeah.
Phone. That's dumb. Everybody has a phone in their pocket. So I think it's what you do with the AI, which is important. And our company is using it throughout all teams, and it's really cool because we're like we're just fast.
Yeah,
We're
very
fast.
quick.
We're smooth and we're fast. We're effective and we're showing results. So it's cool that just being a part of this company that's actually adopted it and didn't create fear around it. Like, you're gonna lose your job, you're gonna do that. It's like, if this does your job faster, do more projects. Like, you have the opportunity to do like 20, 30 projects instead of just doing one. Like, don't let it take your dignity away from you. Like,
Absolutely, yeah.
you still need a human to input these commands and to communicate. So be that human and just be as effective with your dialogue and just do something with it.
That's been
For
my
sure,
favorite
yeah.
part too. Like you said, the early adoption and the quick adoption.
Yeah.
It makes my job easy here because the people here really are excited about AI, and I get to host an AI meeting every Friday. And most of the time, we walk through a quick tool that could help out. But then the latter 15 minutes are just us talking about AI, the future of it, what's going on, what's happening. And it's from different fields in the company, and it's so many intelligent people in a room. It's one of my favorite conversations every week.
Yeah.
So it's really fun to talk about. And like you said, everyone just adopts it. They understand that it can help them move faster and complete their job quicker. And then I always love when somebody will reach out to me and be like, hey, Vince, like, I had this thing. It's taken me a while. Is there any way you could help me speed this up? Like, that's my favorite thing because I'm like, oh, I would love to. So, yeah. The other day, actually, Cole in customer success, we were doing a couple interviews, and just it would take a lot of time after looking over it. So we would go through. We built a summarizer in ChatGPT quickly just to look through and answer our questions better, and then help us answer like how we thought the interview went, just our personal opinion more compared to the summary. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're doing some amazing things. Is there anything you want to tell like the camera, like an overall of where you think it's going to go? Like, we're kind of at a steady pace of what it's doing, and I know we're going to get ChatGPT 5 soon, which is, I mean, like, the amount of resources and everything and speed. So where do you kind of see AI in the future, and also AI and LucidBots at LucidBots?
Yeah, so for the future, I mean, this is like your second internet break. Like, the first time the internet came around and people weren't certain if everything was going to go great or not, but you see it every day. It's used in every single company. The internet's a huge thing. That's what AI is going to be. I feel like AI is going to grow every single day. You've seen it grow exponentially since I've started. I've seen it grow exponentially. So, I mean, you're going to have that growth, and my recommendation would be invest now if you can. And with that, obviously, if you want to invest, if you're in this community, invest in Lucid Bots. We're on the frontier of robotics cleanings, and it's funny to look back like 7 years. I was thinking about this the other day. One of the first things when I left, the novelty of drone cleaning had worn off. And that's like the weirdest thing to say because I watched it again the other day and I'm like, gosh, this is the coolest thing in the world. Like, how could the novelty of drone cleaning ever wear off? And it's just so cool to look back and think about like how far we've come. Just we were talking about different things we've done on the drone, different flights we've had to do, just stuff like that. There's so much to look back on. And that's what I mean. I've watched it grow. And I know what it's going to grow like in the future. This team around us, we're building a lot, so it's going to be exciting. I'm very excited for the future ahead.